The top pick in the 1975 draft retired as Atlanta's all-time leading passer. The first of many Leigh Steinberg clients. A list that includes dozens of first-rounders and 7 Hall of Famers. More than anybody else, Leigh Steinberg legitimized NFL player agents.
I wanted to represent athletes who had some idealism, some ambition, who were willing to go back to the high school community, set up a scholarship fund, retrace your roots, be bonded so people can know you for the quality of your character.
Steinberg's other client in '75 was a Harvard man, Bengals wide receiver and punter Pat McAnally.
I just loved his dreams of changing the world and exploring possibilities, using football to have those chances, and that's how he got me, and I'm happy I made that decision.
At a 1975 college all-star game practice, Randy White wanted some answers.
Out of the blue, Randy yells out, "Hey Harvard, what did your line average?" And I said about 3.7. And of course Randy didn't get it, but everybody else did. Therefore, that really did happen. I mean, he was trying to embarrass me.
McAnally, 84 from Harvard. 6'6" is in at the wide receiver position left side, and Bartkowski has time. Humphrey, he's got McAnally wide open!
So I had the highest moment of my life and the lowest when I caught my first pass and scored a touchdown, but then I think they were embarrassed and tackled me in the end zone and broke my leg. But I'm smiling, beaming, because what a moment, you know. And Walter Payton came and visited me, and he said, "You know what, take this year off and you're going to make it next year," and that really meant a lot to me. It still gives me chills, actually.
Football is a physical game, and I've always played it physically, and I just try to get excited and go out and play as hard as I can and do everything I can to help us win.
In his second NFL season, Steve Grogan ran for 12 touchdowns, a quarterback rushing record that stood for 35 years. Grogan lasted 16 seasons.
You know, things in life sometimes work out, and I was in the right place at the right time and took advantage of it.
The Denver Broncos used their 4th-round pick to acquire Minnesota star Rick Upchurch. In his second year, Upchurch equaled the single-season record for punt return touchdowns and earned the affections of a brilliant young political scientist named Condoleezza Rice.
She and I dated for a while, and sweetheart of a person, very smart, knew football backwards and forwards, and she said to me, she says, "One day, I want to be commissioner of the National Football League." And she's pretty close to it. I mean, tell you what, she's pretty close to it right now.
Upchurch, Grogan, and McAnally all played in a Super Bowl. Randy White played in 3 of them and was co-MVP in number 12.
To me, all that meant was now you got the pressure on you. You know, it's hard to get to the top. Then once you get to the top, it's harder to stay there. And no matter how much success I had or what I was going through, I would always set my goals higher that next year.
That next season, the pride of the Dirty Dozen was voted Defensive Player of the Year. He was the dominant force on America's team, the winningest franchise in football during the 1970s. They just couldn't beat the Steelers when it counted.
And he's going to slide and make this circus catch in the end zone.
Super Bowl 13 would be the last for the Dirty Dozen. The man they called Manster played another decade, then joined Walter Payton and Fred Dean in the Hall of Fame. Thomas Henderson lasted just one more season in Dallas before he wore out his welcome with head coach Tom Landry.
My parting words to him. Well, you know what? No more Super Bowls for you, buddy. You know, you talk team. Is this team? You gonna get rid of your best player? I'm your best player. Yes, I am your best player. You gonna get rid of your best player and you're gonna win, huh? What happened in San Francisco? What happened all the way up until 1988 without me, huh? What happened?
He made some bad choices along the way. What a great teammate. Thomas was a guy that could have been in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
From the draft class of '75, Payton was the first player so honored.
Walter Payton was all about fight. when he would come through the line of scrimmage, he wasn't going to go just break the open area. He may run over you in the process. He would carry the ball 25, 30 times, maybe get hit 5 or 6 times on each one of those runs. And he was ready to go.
If you had to pick a poster child for the 1975 draft, it would be Peyton, not only because of his great career, but because with Peyton and Robert Brazile, it's not just that you're drafting players from historically black colleges and universities, these diamonds in the rough. They weren't in the rough anymore. People knew they were diamonds.
Walter is the godfather to my son. And when I mention his name, it gives me chills because my brother, I know he's gone, but he's still in my heart. I try to take him everywhere I go. When he was being inducted to the Hall of Fame, and for him and Jazz to cross that stage together, I felt what he felt. That's all I can tell you. I felt what he felt.
When I think about the 1975 draft, I think about Walter Payton, obviously. Comes out of a small black college and goes on to become one of the great players in NFL history.
When I'm through playing football, I want to be known as a player that every play he gave everything that he had. And when he left the field, he left everything that he had in him on the field. I think about the Dallas Cowboy draft of that year. 12 kids who came in and really kind of helped put the Dallas Cowboy franchise back on top. But perhaps the biggest thing, I think that was the year that player agents became the agents of change. Show me the money.